The Ugly Duckling. The Ugly Duckling. Part 1. It was a warm and sunny summer day on a small, peaceful farm. The birds were singing, the grass was green, and the lake shone brightly in the sunlight. Near the edge of the lake, a mother duck was sitting on her nest. She had been waiting many days for her eggs to hatch. She was excited to meet her babies and dreamed about swimming with them on the lake. One morning, she heard a soft cracking sound. She looked down and saw that her eggs were beginning to open. "Quack, quack," she said happily. One by one, the little ducklings came out. They were small, fluffy, and yellow. They looked around with bright eyes and made tiny quacking sounds. The mother duck felt proud and joyful. But one egg was different. It was much bigger than the others, and it did not crack. The mother duck waited patiently. She kept the egg warm and hoped it would open soon. The other ducklings ran around her feet, playing and exploring the world for the first time. Finally, after a long time, the big egg began to shake. It cracked slowly, and a duckling came out. But he did not look like the others. He was not small or yellow. He was big, gray, and his feathers were messy. His neck was longer, and his feet looked too large for his body. He looked strange and very different from his brothers and sisters. The other ducklings stared at him. "You are not like us," they said. "You look ugly." The mother duck tried to protect him. "He is different, but he is still my baby," she said gently. She tried to love him the same as the others, but it was not easy. Everywhere they went, the other animals on the farm laughed at him. The chickens said he looked funny. The cat said he walked in a strange way. Even the farmer's children pointed at him and giggled. The ugly duckling felt sad and confused. He did not understand why he looked different. He wanted to play with the other ducklings, but they pushed him away. They shouted at him and told him to leave. Every day he felt more lonely and more unhappy. One night, after a long day of being teased, he decided he could not stay on the farm anymore. He quietly walked away while everyone was sleeping. He went into the dark forest, hoping to find a place where someone would be kind to him. The forest was big and scary. The trees were tall, and the wind made strange sounds. But the ugly duckling kept walking. After some time, he met a group of wild ducks. They looked at him and said, "You are strange, but you can stay with us for a little while." The ugly duckling felt a little better. He stayed with the wild ducks for a few days. But soon, hunters came to the forest. They shot their guns, and the wild ducks flew away quickly. The ugly duckling ran as fast as he could. He was cold, hungry, and frightened. Later, he found a small house. An old woman lived there with her cat and her hen. The old woman said, "Maybe this duck will give me eggs." She let him stay inside. But the cat and the hen did not like him. They said, "You cannot lay eggs. You cannot catch mice. You are useless." The ugly duckling felt unhappy again. He did not belong there either. So he left the house and walked back into the cold world. Winter came. Snow covered the ground, and the air was freezing. The duckling tried to swim in the icy water to stay warm, but one day he became too tired. He froze in the ice and could not move. A farmer found him and took him home. The farmer warmed him by the fire, but the farmer's children were loud and ran around him. The duckling was scared and escaped back into the cold. He did not know that spring would soon change everything. If you like this story, please click like. It helps me a lot. And if you want more easy English stories, You can subscribe. Thank you for learning with me. The Ugly Duckling. Part 2. Winter was long and difficult for the poor duckling. The days were short, the nights were freezing, and the wind blew hard across the empty fields. He had no warm place to sleep and no family to protect him. Sometimes he hid under bushes, sometimes behind rocks, and sometimes near the frozen lake. He tried to find food, but it was hard. Many days he ate almost nothing. Still, he survived. He grew bigger and stronger, even though he felt lonely and sad. He often wondered why he was so different from everyone else. He wished he could be beautiful like the other birds. He wished someone would love him. Finally, after many cold months, spring arrived. The snow melted, the sun grew warmer, and flowers began to bloom. The world felt alive again. The duckling felt a little hope in his heart. He stretched his wings, which were now larger and stronger than before. He swam in the lake and felt the warm sun on his feathers. One morning, he saw something in the sky. 3 large white birds were flying over the lake. They were elegant and beautiful, with long necks and wide wings. They looked like they belonged to another world. The duckling had never seen such birds before. He watched them with admiration. "They are so beautiful," he whispered. "I wish I could be like them." The swans landed on the lake. They moved gracefully across the water. The duckling felt something strange inside him, something warm and powerful. He wanted to go near them, even though he was afraid. "What if they laugh at me?" he thought. "What if they chase me away like everyone else?" But something inside him pushed him forward. He slowly swam toward the swans. His heart beat fast. He felt nervous, but he also felt brave. When he reached them, he lowered his head and said softly, "Please don't hurt me. I know I am ugly. I know I am different. But I want to be near you. Even if you chase me away, I want to look at you just once." The swans looked at him with gentle eyes. They did not laugh. They did not shout. They did not chase him. Instead, they moved closer. The duckling felt confused. Why are they not angry? He wondered. He looked down at the water to see his reflection, but what he saw made him freeze in surprise. The reflection in the water was not a gray, ugly duckling anymore. It was a beautiful white bird with a long neck and soft feathers. He blinked, thinking it was a mistake, but it was true. He had grown into a swan. I am not a duckling," he whispered. "I am a swan." The swans smiled at him. "Come with us," they said. "You are one of us." The young swan felt joy fill his heart. For the first time in his life, he felt proud. He felt strong. He felt beautiful. He spread his wings, and they were wide and powerful. He swam with the other swans, and they welcomed him like family. Soon the swans flew into the sky. The young swan followed them. He felt the wind under his wings and the sun on his feathers. He flew higher and higher, feeling free and happy. Below, people looked up and pointed. "Look at that beautiful young swan," they said. "He is the most handsome of them all." The swan heard their words and felt tears of happiness. He remembered the days when everyone called him ugly. He remembered the cold winter, the loneliness, and the pain. But now he knew the truth. He had never been ugly. He had only been different. And now, he had found where he truly belonged. If you like this story, please click like. It helps me a lot. And if you want more easy English stories, you can subscribe. Thank you for learning with me.